22 subscribers? No, 44 butt cheeks. Hey guys, it's Gabby. Real quick, let's just recap the past week. I usually really like airports, but it was just so empty and there was like a lot more people than I was expecting, so my anxiety was really bad. But we got in the air pretty quickly. The food, I had about a mouthful and a half before I gave up. Not to sound like a Karen, but it just wasn't that good. I didn't really rate it. I was going to show the toilet flushing because people hate that, but
actually no, that's disgusting.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water.
After we crashed, we were up in the air pretty quickly. We landed and that food gave me the runs.
3 days later.
I can't currently go anywhere unless I escape, which is like pretty illegal. Unless I don't get caught. So I just want to like chill with you guys. I wrote down a bunch of like sleepover style questions. I have a face mask, so it's gonna be slumber party vibes. I look like my name is Earl.
Wow.
I have made a mistake. I don't even like face masks. Let's talk about boys. I don't like talking about boys that much. It's not really fun to me. I don't like think about them very much, but I do like reflecting on the guys I've liked before and the kind of people they were and like how that reflects on the person I was back then. So I want to talk about a few of my like ex crushes. Where do I start? My earliest crush was year 1, which was so long ago. He is genuinely one of the guys who never changed throughout high school. He had a terrible friend group, but he didn't let them sway his opinions. I thought I'd be an open book on this channel, but clearly I'm struggling, so I wrote down all the names of the guys I've crushed on, and I'm just going to talk about them very briefly. The first one we have, I do not talk to currently. He unfollowed me on Instagram, which is kind of sad, but we're on good terms, I think, so it's chill. My second one, he's homophobic, so that would have been nice to know while I was dating him. That was a waste of time. The third one, didn't work out for a magnitude of reasons. And the fourth one, I wish him well. He's a very nice boy. I'm moving this up, it's pissing. My face is like a wet sock right now. I have better topics. I'm gonna stop talking about boys that I don't think about. My next idea was to talk about girl code, which is something I never understood to be difficult to comply with. I'm not one to like judge people for what they did when they were like 14. That's not what I'm here to say, but I'm saying a lot of people at my high school used to value like a relationship over their friendship, even if it would like be somebody that their friend dated, and it would like clearly upset the person, but they just it was a weird culture. And I get that there was like not many dateable people, but it's not worth it in my opinion. I remember I had a one crush on my friend's boyfriend when I was like 14. I felt awful. Like I instantly was like, this is shit. Why would you like sacrifice something that you have for something that's probably gonna last only like 2 months? That was like the high school relationship lifespan. There was this one relationship that like lasted, I'd say 3 years of high school. That was probably the longest relationship. Everything else was pretty short term. Like it was just, everybody was just like going around the group, which is fine. I don't care who you go with, but like it visibly hurt people, and that was where I was a bit stumped. There wasn't like a very catty culture though, which I kind of appreciate. Everyone was kind of like friends with everybody. There was no like internalized misogyny. It was kind of just everyone was friends. There wasn't really like a competition, which was really good. I've just realized I've been looking at myself the entire fucking time. But it feels right. I'm bored of this topic. Let's peaking in high school. Can I stop talking about high school? I'm actually sick of it. I'll talk about it for a little. So I've officially dropped out. I knew this was gonna happen probably for like 2 years now, but I finally did it, and I am going to uni next year. So I'm not officially a dropout, but I didn't need to finish. I hated school. And it took me 5 years to realize. I guess I like seeing my friends every day, and I don't know, I was just kind of no one at my school. Life is more than high school. It's a whole different... What do I know? I just left. It is though. Even I moved countries I'm already making this my personality on this channel, but I moved countries and I met new people, and I thought that all the people that I left behind were gonna still be important to me, and a lot of them aren't. Like, a lot of them I just don't talk to anymore. I still have, like, all of my friends, but people from high school don't matter to me anymore. I hope they're doing well. I hope they're doing great, because they deserve that, and I hope they don't think about high school if it was a bad experience for them. But it's not the world. It's not real life. It's fake. Let's talk about marriage, because I have strong opinions on this one. And I want to start by saying I am not a polyamorous person. Good for you if you are. I have jealousy issues, and I just don't see myself doing that. But I watched a Netflix documentary called Monogamy Explained, I think it's called. It kind of goes into, like, the feminist side of marriage and, like, why it was established, because it is a very new concept in terms of, like, the human lifespan. Marriage has not been around very long, and it was kind of a thing that tied people down. There was also the fact that women couldn't divorce people. Yeah, before all these, like, fancy things that human society had, like technology and pop culture and stuff like that, like, it was very much survival of the fittest. It was whoever was the strongest male would mate with the female, and they'd reproduce, and often the woman would have multiple sexual partners just because that was what was happening. And marriage was introduced to suppress female sexuality. These aren't my thoughts, these are, like, what taken out from that documentary, but it was just interesting, and it changed my perspective on marriage, because I've always been the person that's like, I'm gonna have this and this, and this is gonna be my life, this is where I'm gonna live. Now it's kind of changed. I don't really, like, see the urgency to get married in my life. If I do, that's chill with me. Like, it's not something I'm against, but it's just less important to me. If you also think about it, a lot of marriages in divorce, or, you know, partners cheat, and that is mostly because more humans than we think are polyamorous. If you want to challenge my thoughts on these, please watch Monogamy Explained before you do, because I want you to know where I'm coming from. I'm just terrible at explaining it. Part of me also really wants, like, marriage. I feel like being with someone who I'm, like, in love with for the rest of my life is a really, really nice, comforting thought, but it's less important to me at this point in my life because I'm young and I don't like the idea of being tied down and not being able to do things because I'm in a relationship. I prefer to just be an independent person. This segues me onto my next topic, which is cheating. Many thoughts. If you've cheated on someone, can you please let me know why? I've actually looked at, like, psychology of people who have cheated, and a lot of people do seem pretty regretful. But some people are just so narcissistic about it. I don't know, I feel like they've convinced themselves they're the victim a little bit, and it's, like, awkward to read. I've also been told by adults that, like, if I'm in a marriage in, like, 20 years and I meet someone and I'm in an unhappy marriage and they're in an unhappy marriage, that cheating is going to become less of a controversial idea in my mind. I don't see that happening, to be honest. I don't see why people do it. I don't think it's worth it. I think you can, break up with someone. People make it more complicated for themselves. There's, like, two types of people who have cheated. There's the people who genuinely are, like, disgusted in themselves, and then there's these people who do not care, think they're the victim, don't see the point of view of the person being cheated on. Like, it's so weird, the stark differences between them, and the concept confuses the fuck out of me. That to me, unless it's like an abusive situation, I think it's dumb to not just break up with the person. I just don't know how people can do something like that when they know that it could mess up somebody's whole life. I'm literally flicking through these topics. I'm, like, getting bored of them. Let's talk about intrusive thoughts. Actually, should we? I feel like that's a bit vulnerable. I'd say a majority of people get intrusive thoughts. They're terrible. They're not definitive of any... Well, that's what I wonder. Like, how much of our intrusive thoughts reflect on our values? I really did not have anything planned for this prompt, did I? Intrusive thoughts, bad. Let's keep it moving. I just got a noise complaint from the hotel, so I'm going to go to sleep and film the rest in the morning if there's not enough footage. But, hope you enjoyed this ASMR. If this is goodbye, peace. Illy. I'm shaking because that was really fucking scary. They were like, yeah, we kinda hear you talking a little late. Please keep it down. You got a little elderly couple next to you. I felt so bad, but like, fuck me, that gave me a fright.